burnt wood hidden door. It's called the Shou Sugi Ban. I'm going to show you how to make it, build it, and install it all next on HomePro Hero. Stick around to the end. This one pushed me to the limits. I almost failed. Also, I'll tell you how much it cost and how much time it took, like always. Let's get to work. But what I'm using this stuff weighs a ton. Tar paper, regular tar paper you get at Lowe's. No particular reason other than just I want a black color behind the siding I'm getting ready to put up. There's gonna be a crack between each board, probably about 3/8 to 3/8 of an inch. And that crack will show anything behind it. The prep is done. Let's go make some burnt wood. Or some Shou Sugi Ban. I actually exchanged an old tank that I had using a torch. I think it's 5,000 BTUs. It's something they use for asphalt. You see them all over Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. And then like once again, I'm using the cedar wood, which is key to this process. You'll see. So I've got a total of 14 boards I got to char. Should be fun. I've been waiting all day for this. Once I get them charred and get them cooled down, I'll go ahead and put the finishes on. So Shou Sugi Ban, I'm not sure that's even how you pronounce it, but it's burnt wood. It's a thin layer of burnt wood. The finish is starting to trend here in the US, more in the inside spaces than the outside, but I can see it being used for either space. Now why did I pick this? It's real simple. No one else has it. It's a really cool finish. It's gonna give this room some character that nobody else's room will ever have. I'm using 1x8 cedar boards. You can use a different type of board if you want, but I would definitely test them because some act differently to the heat than others. The cedar gives me that crackle look, the alligator skin look that I want so badly. I'm using a big torch, a 5,000 BTU torch. You could use a handheld torch, it'd just take you a lot longer. I didn't realize how much longer that is until I had to do a couple pieces on the side for testing, and the bigger torch is the way to go for any kind of project of any size. I also wanted the darkest char possible on these boards, so I made sure I used the torch really heavy to get that crackle look. It wasn't that hard to achieve. So why am I using water? Two reasons. One, to put the fire out, but two, to cool the board down so the warping isn't as bad as it could be. I did notice some warping in these boards, but nothing that was significant enough to cause any kind of concern. The big key is here to get that alligator texture is basically hold that until it starts on fire. Once it starts on fire, then continue to travel up the board. That seems to give me the best crackle effect or alligator effect, is basically light it on fire. It's got to be lit on fire for it to do that. Pretty simple actually. I'm glad it's a cooler day. It's only about 50 degrees out, but this thing puts off some heat. It's 5,000 BTU. Here we go. 50-50 polyurethane. It's a clear semi-gloss. Clear warm is what it says. I don't know what that means, but it looks like it's got a golden hue to it, but it's not going to matter on this black. So I'll mix about 50 there. And then, there we go. 50% there. About 50% here roughly. And pour them together. Mix them up, and we're ready to go. Okay, all we're gonna do is put generous amounts of this on. Should soak in pretty good. That should be plenty to keep the soot off of everything. I'm applying 2 coats of this 50-50 mixture with a standard brush. Just soaking it pretty much, letting it kind of go into the cracks and grooves as needed, making sure I get the edges. Now I do have to go back and touch up these boards sometimes when I make a cut. I'll use the hand torch for that, and then I'll just touch them up with the polyurethane mixture after the fact. This process is kind of dirty when you're making it and staining it, but once it's stained, there's absolutely no rub off at all. So I used about a ½ gallon of mineral spirits, and then I used 2 pints of the polyurethane. Got both those from Lowe's. I put 2 coats on basically. I gave it about 3 hours, 4 hours in between coats, and then I'll let it dry overnight. So let's go ahead and start the first cut. We're gonna start with this side here. For the fact this is my hinge side, I'm using my 18 gauge nail gun just like everything else in this room. I think I'm shooting 2-inch nails into 2x4 and 3/4 inch material. So I got lots of room for nails, so I'm going pretty big. So we're gonna go a little wider on the floor just to give me clearance with the door to swing. Now it's important that I keep this perfectly straight going up both sides. I can put slack over here, I can put trim here if I have to. Yeah, perfect. Good, thank God. Now I don't have my nail head thing. My softer actually fell off. I can't find it anywhere. So I'm gonna use cardboard to make sure I don't booger up the front of this thing. The first board's in, it's level. I put the laser line on top so I can hit the other side over here. Okay, I'm carrying that laser line over, making sure I'm at the same height as what that is over there. I'm just gonna tack this right now. I'm gonna put a level across, make sure I'm good across. This first row is gonna take a little while. And I need my cardboard for my nails. See what the level says. Pretty good actually. Okay, that's good. Now what we need to do is just double check from one side to the other. We need this. Showing the money, it's perfect. So ideally what I'll do is I'll use this as my spacer going across. That should keep me level all the way to the top. I'll keep checking the measurements to make sure I'm good. Okay, here's the next piece. So we'll get our spacing, which is about 1/8 of an inch. We're gonna plug it under like that. And we gotta make sure we're a straight line going up. I'm a little bit off. See what that looks like. Right there. Boy, this cardboard thing sucks. Look, do you like these types of videos to help improve the value of your home and property? You can see more by simply liking this video and subscribing to the channel. It's totally free, it's on me. So of course we'll have two seams. We'll have one up this side way, one up this way, and then I hope to break the seam on the natural seam here. So essentially the door will show with two seams right through here. Okay, I wanted to stop and show you what I'm doing here. You can see from one side to another, all I'm doing is running the 1/8 straight edge from one side to the other and hoping to God it's level. I know it's hard to see. Let me see if I can get a top view of it. It's right on the money. I'll be honest with you, I'm scared crapless about this door. These hinges got me worried. Last piece, going from this side to this side. We'll see if it's level when I get it up. Here we go, truth. Right on the money. What'd you expect? Let's go ahead and frame up the door real quick. I think it's about 28 inches wide. My rough opening is about 28 inches wide, and it's about 80 inches tall, a little less than that actually, because I'm going to make sure I have clearance. Now with the weight of the door, two very small casters, I'll put them on the bottom of the door so they'll hold all the weight, and then the hinges are just there for the swinging action. Okay, so I am going to take off the inside caster. It doesn't seem like it wants to roll for whatever reasons. Not sure why, but it doesn't need it. I've got it on the outside, that's fine. Thought I'd do a little extra, but it actually seems to be not pivoting correctly with that wheel there. So I'm gonna take that off, but I'll wait until I get the door in the hole. I'm gonna go ahead and set the door in the hole. I'm gonna screw it in there so I can mark all the places for the hinges. And then we'll probably nail some of the black boards on, and then we'll take the door off and we'll do the mortise. So this is the hinge. I got them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description, but that's how it is. It's supposed to give you 0 clearance from one side to another. I think I need 1/8 of an inch. They're somewhat expensive, 2 for 50 bucks. So expensive, but they're totally concealed and you won't see the hinges whatsoever once the door's shut. I have to go into my finished space to make this work, which is the problem. You can see here I had to chew into the cedar, which isn't a big deal, and I have to screw into it mainly because I gotta have this clearance right here, this 1/8 clearance. So without boring you to death with details, that's how it sits. Well, not everything's perfect in video, right? It ain't gonna work. Thought I had it figured out, but I don't. I'm not sure how these work because, see here, I am very close to the edge here. Almost as close as I can be. I guess I could be a little farther out. But when I open it, I've got plenty, but I never need to go that far. I need to go that far. So, you look at it. Doesn't leave a whole lot of room right there. And that doesn't include, it's almost half that distance because you gotta count this distance too. So I think I'm scratching this idea just to make this project survive. I'm kind of disappointed it didn't work out. Put a lot of work into this, but you know, I got to move on. I don't have time all day long to put hinges on. Pissing me off a little bit, but you know, not perfect. I'm filthy. I'm gonna run to Lowe's in the morning, see if I can find 2 of these, and these will be easy. It's one mortise. Huh? Too easy. Probably should have just done that in the first place. No one's gonna care if you see a couple of these right here like that. It's not gonna be noticeable. So, not perfect, but you know what? We're gonna make it work. It's still gonna look good. Okay, so there's my finished look. So I do show a little bit of the door, but it's not bad. You see from back here, it doesn't show at all. Let's see if it opens. Thank God this is video. I've already opened it and it works great. A lot of work for that, but it was a must for this room, obviously. Okay, I've got these magnets I bought on Amazon. I think they were like 10 bucks. I got 2 of them. Super strong. They're supposed to hold a 90, and like when they're together like that, that is almost nearly impossible to pick apart. But they're supposed to hold like 90 pounds and they're made for doors. So as long as I get them right on here, we should be good to go. I'm just gonna put a block here, try to get this out about here, and then I'll catch this magnet on the door part. Pretty simple. give it a shot, see what happens here. Pretty good. Okay, we're definitely gonna need a handle on this door somehow. I gotta somehow put a small little pull tab or something on it. Better get it open because when those magnets are in place, they don't move. Let's just put this final trim piece up and we're done. Last piece, let's put it up. Okay, the wall came out great. I'm really happy with it. You saw, this was a pain, so worth it now. I never have to think about it again, and it's exactly what I want. Not a bad project, adding a door, much more complex, but the wall, the whole process of making the Shou Sugi Ban or the burnt wood, very, very, very easy. No doubt about it. If you like this video, take a look at these videos. They're all related to this room, and they all bring their own challenges. I'll see you next time when we're laying brick.